One of the most powerful protections in bankruptcy is something called the automatic stay. Today, we're going to have a lawyer explain exactly what that is and how it helps people deal with their debt. Kyle Schumacher from Texas, how would you answer that?
Well, the automatic stay is going to stop all forms of collection. You might think to yourself, well, this is what I have going on in my situation. And I'll go through a few examples. Foreclosures. So if your house is set to foreclose and you file a bankruptcy before the foreclosure sale date, that would stop it. That's a form in an attempt to collect the debt, right? And that's the idea behind the automatic stay, is to prevent creditors from moving forward after a case has been filed. All right, so it's going to stop that type of action. And you're going to need to talk to your attorney about, is a Chapter 13 bankruptcy going to be right for you when you're looking at what's going on with your house? It's going to stop all forms of collection. So it might be in your situation that you're worried about your paycheck being garnished, your bank account being levied. When you file that, they cannot continue to garnish your wages or levy against your bank account. Right. So you would be able to stop that. You have this case number. You notify your bank. Normally your attorney will do that for you. Notify your employer, which is also often done by your attorney. And then they have that information. They would immediately stop that those types of actual, taking money from you, from your bank account. But then there's the more softer forms of collection. Phone calls should certainly stop. Texts, emails, all of those ways where they're trying to contact you, trying to collect payment, all of those should stop immediately once the creditor has noticed. And so that's what you got to remember. You're going to file your bankruptcy, and ultimately the court sends out notices to the creditors that are listed in your bankruptcy case. Sometimes they receive a letter. Sometimes it's an email transmission. So there's different ways of getting it. So the creditor does actually have to have notice. They need to be aware of the bankruptcy case. So sometimes they might call you, email you, text you before the bankruptcy court had a chance to send a notice to them. That's where you're going to want to keep your case number handy. Because if you have the case number, you get a telephone call. You can let them know, I filed bankruptcy. Here is my case number. Please stop calling me. And you can tell them to call your attorney. That will affect the notice. They will know not to call you anymore, and they should stop calling you. And if they do continue to contact you, definitely let your attorney know that. But that is what stops. So it is all forms of collection must immediately stop. They can't continue to collect, whether it's maybe you have a credit card and it's the actual credit card company that's calling you. But it could have already gone to a debt collector. And even if it goes to a debt collector, they still cannot continue to collect against you. Even if the original creditor got the notice, the debt collector not getting the notice does not prevent it doesn't make an exception for them. They don't get to say, oh, well, we didn't get notice, so we can still collect. But that's not the way that the automatic stay works. And the reason behind that is because we want to give debtors, people who are filing bankruptcies, the relief from the constant pressures that you receive when you're filing bankruptcy and you're trying to get out from underneath the debt that you're dealing with. Another form of debt that often we're concerned about is our vehicles. If you file a bankruptcy case and you still have your vehicle in your possession, you might be a month or two behind. They might be trying to repossess your vehicle. Once the bankruptcy case is filed, you have your case number, they can't come and repossess your vehicle without getting specific permission from the bankruptcy court. Now, you might ultimately choose to surrender your vehicle or become current on your vehicle and continue to make those payments. But if they come and repossess your vehicle after filing without getting the specific permission from the bankruptcy court, then that would be in opposition to the automatic stay. That's something that they can't do. And so when we think about our day-to-day lives and we're trying to get back our fresh start, we're going, what bills do I have to pay? How do I get back on track? And how do I stop having to pay these debts that are going to be discharged in bankruptcy? You're going to file your bankruptcy case, make your mortgage payment, make your rent payment, pay your utilities, right? You're going to stop paying these creditors and they're going to stop collecting against you. And that's really the benefit that we get from the automatic stay.
Thanks, Kyle. If you're in Texas or anywhere in the country and want to talk to one of our vetted bankruptcy attorneys, click the link in the description and we will connect you with a free consultation.
Thanks for watching. If you're stressed about debt, don't guess. One of our 50 bankruptcy lawyers has your answer. Like this video and subscribe to stay informed.